Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Context, American English idioms, phrasal verbs, and expressions. I'm Ethelene. For today's lesson, we're going to talk about the idiom, pull the plug. This idiom has several applications, so we're going to discuss both in this video. The first application is to pull the plug on someone. In the medical field, or in regular English conversation, everyday conversation, if you hear someone say that they pulled the plug on someone, it means that they removed the life support that was keeping that person alive. So in a hospital, if the doctors decide to pull the plug on a patient, perhaps the patient had been in a coma or they had been in a state where they needed life support, they needed additional machines or devices to help keep their heart beating. When the doctors pull the plug, it means they remove that person from life support and ultimately that person is no longer alive. They're dead. So that's one application of pull the plug. Marie's been in the hospital. She's been in a coma for about 2 years now. And as hard of a decision as it was, her family decided to pull the plug. The other application of this idiom is to pull the plug on something. When you pull the plug on something, you end it. You prevent it from continuing. For example, let's say you're working on a team and you guys came up with this great idea, this elaborate plan for a prom theme, how you wanted to decorate, what you wanted the auditorium to look like. It was just extravagant. It was going to be amazing. However, as you executed this plan, you kept having to spend more money and you eventually went over budget. Now, after some time, the principal comes to you and says, I'm going to pull the plug on this whole prom theme idea. Meaning, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to end it. Let's cancel it because you guys have gone over budget and I just don't see how this is going to happen. So the principal pulled the plug on the prom theme idea. This is an idiom that can be used in several different ways. What you want to keep in mind is that when you pull the plug on something, it's typically an event or a process that is taking place. So maybe it began, something began, the planning began, the execution began, but then along the way, maybe you encountered some problems, difficulties, hurdles. And so for whatever reason, you started, but you weren't able to finish. And that's why you had to pull the plug. So just remember that whenever you're using this idiom, that it refers to a process that begins and eventually has an end, but before it reaches its end, it's stopped, it's ended. We can use it to talk about things that we plan, a performance, a play, an idea. Those are things that we pull the plug on because it just doesn't seem like it's going anywhere or that we're going to receive the results that we desire. Well, that's it for today's lesson. To learn more American English idioms, phrasal verbs, and expressions, hit the subscribe button below. And don't forget to like the video. Bye!